He is the chairman of Project 21, Horace Cooper, along with Fox News contributor, our friend Leo 2.0 Terrell. Welcome both of you. All right, Horace, let me start with you tonight. This is not just California anymore. Now it's going nationwide. Now they're talking about $14 trillion, more than double our annual entire budget for the federal government. I don't know how they plan to delineate who would be eligible, who wouldn't be eligible. I don't know how they justify some people paying if their families have no history of being involved in the slave trade. What's your reaction?
Well, first thing, Sean, thanks for having me on the program. I want to say that I love Leo 2.0 far better than the old Leo Terrell. So welcome aboard. Good to see you. But let me point out that the grift that we've seen in California with their reparations scam is only met by the greater grift that we're seeing in the country. By the way, these con artists, these grifters, they're going to sell their books, they're going to hold their little sessions, and they're going to tell us that the biggest problem that Americans of color face is that there's some hatted people going around threatening to burn their house down, stopping them from voting, etc. Nobody believes that. But why does Joe Biden join them? Why does the National Party of Democrats join them? They do so because they know that they have failed Black America, working class America, middle class Americans, and they have decided that let's just scare the living daylights out of Black America and then let's bribe them. The same way that Nigerian Prince email works. Give us your votes, sign over what's valuable to you, we'll use it the way we can, and we're going to promise you several $1 million. There is no several $1 million coming. There's no Nigerian prince. This is a con. Shame on our president and the party for lying in bed with those con artists and grifters.
Leo 2.0. This came up a lot during the election, the fact that Joe Biden partnered with the former Grand Poobah of the Ku Klux Klan, Robert Byrd, who said great things about him when he passed away, but also partnered with him to stop the integration of public schools. Again, his words, not mine, that he didn't want public schools becoming racial jungles.
Let me tell you right now, Shauna, you might recall in 2020, that's when I left the Democratic Party. Because Joe Biden, you might recall, said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Joe Biden is the most racist president ever. He's the imperial wizard of the Klan. This is the guy, is the reason why I left the Democratic Party. But let's talk about these reparations. I want everyone on your show to know one thing. I would be the first lawyer at the doorstep to prevent any type of reparation ever passing. It's illegal, it's racist, it's unconstitutional. And those black progressives who are talking about reparations, look how this racist country benefited them. They got a government job, they got health care, their kids don't go to the same schools as the blacks who are being exploited by them. These progressives use black voters and they exploit them. They don't live like them. They don't live in these crime-ridden cities, but they talk a good game. And I think most black Americans are aware that these individuals are not looking out for us. They are professional shakedown artists, and that's all they're doing, and it's not going to work. Not one penny of American taxpayers' dollars will ever, ever, ever be spent on reparations.
You know, Horace, let me go back to you. You know, on this show, since 2009, we have scrolled the names. Many of the people's names that we scroll are African Americans that are shot and killed in cities like Chicago and New York. I have not seen, these are Democratic-run cities, Democratic states for decades. I've never seen anyone lift a finger to help solve the violence that is going on in many neighborhoods of color in this country. I have not seen them go into the school system and help resolve the failing school system. Now, all of a sudden, they think money is the answer?
Well, the left has always thought money is the answer as long as it was somebody else's. But I've written 2 books. The first one was how Trump is making Black America great again. That showed how many Black Americans were employed at record numbers. That showed how many blacks got to go off to college and how many of their parents and families were able to pay for it. I wrote about the achievements that were unparalleled. The only thing is, when Donald Trump was president, everybody prospered. Now, here's the story. The reason I wrote my second book, how Biden's policies harm Black America, it's called Put Y'all Back in Chains, it is because these woke policies destroy communities because they're more interested in their green people, their eco warriors. They're more interested in the LGBTQ community. Black Americans are placed at the back of the bus. But when Black Americans see this, they get upset. So what does the left want to do? They pretend. There's a chance we're going to give you $1 million. Keep giving us your vote. We're not going to fix your schools. We're going to destroy the job market. We're going to destroy the economy. America knows right now we're in a recession, and yet this president wants us to believe it's the greatest time ever. They're not fooling anybody, and reparations, I join with Leo. Our organization will also sue to stop this from ever happening. It's illegal. It's unconstitutional.
Horace Cooper, Leo 2.0 Terrell, thank you both.